Hi everyone, I'm Johan. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Google Technical Account Manager interview. At the end of this video, you should have a good understanding of the process itself, what interviewers look at, and tips for each round. Before concluding, I'll talk briefly about a specific, unique interview round that Google often throws into the mix for technical AM candidates. Quick intro, I'm from Prepfully. This overview has been put together by Google Technical Account Managers who are actually also interview coaches on Prepfully, the very same ones who have helped hundreds of candidates with mock interviews and advice. This is a video of our super in-depth written guide, which we'll link within the description. You can always book a time with the coaches directly for more personalized guidance on Prepfully's website. Right then, on to the overview. As a Google Technical AM candidate, you'll have 3 rounds. The first is a recruiter phone screen. The second is a phone interview with the hiring manager. And the third is an on-site interview. Let's talk about the first round, the recruiter phone screen. This is a short call where a recruiter will assess your background, experience, and motivations to check alignment with the open role. For this, you should make sure you've brushed up on your past work experiences and can talk about specific projects you've worked on. So, for instance, you might have been involved in technical sales or software biz dev. These are great topics to bring up. Think about what you contributed to previous projects, how they went, and what you could do to improve. This way, you show that you know your value and constantly learn. Keep your answers short and focused. Going off topic can make the interviewer lose interest. Have a clear reason for why you want to work at Google and why you think you do well there. When asked, tell me about yourself, try to mention some skills or experiences that make you stand out. It's a competitive role and you want to be memorable. Right, moving on to the next round then, the interview with your hiring manager. The hiring manager is going to dive deeper into your past experience and also dig into technical concepts relevant to the role. We have 4 tips for this round. Brush up on your knowledge of technical concepts like networking protocols and technologies such as TCP, IP, HTTP, SSL, TLS, DNS, load bearing, etc. Questions related to cloud computing platforms like Google Cloud Platform can pop up, especially if you're interviewing for GCP, so spend some time understanding the range of tooling Google has there. As with the recruiter call, expect to answer queries about yourself, your interest in Google, and the position. Be prepared to talk about past projects, your role in them, and decide in advance which ones you want to leverage for different stories, such as something you were particularly proud of, versus something that you learned a lot from. This interview covers a tremendous amount of ground and is one of the harder ones to get through, since you have to be super efficient with your answers. If you think practice could help, there are several technical AMs from Google who provide great practice on guidance and dealing with the twists and turns this interview can take. And you can book a slot with them on Prepfully, link in the description below. If all goes well, you will be called in for an on-site interview, which is the third and final round. These involve 2 to 4 interviews and cover topics such as your client service skills, behavioral and motivational questions, hypothetical scenario-based topics, culture fit and leadership scenarios, project strategy thinking, and technical concepts. It's important to prepare for each type of question, so I'll talk about these in more depth. First, client management scenarios and behavioral questions. These questions assess how you handle clients, identify opportunities for growth, and how you communicate. They also aim to understand how you handle challenging situations, approach new environments, and work with others. For instance, a candidate was recently asked, what would you do if a customer's infrastructure suddenly goes down? And another reported being asked a much broader question, what's your approach to ensuring customer satisfaction? When answering these questions, you want to make sure that you can really show that you understand the needs of your clients and can handle challenging situations while maintaining a positive relationship with your customer. Next up, product knowledge questions. These assess your knowledge of Google products and your ability to make strategic business and product decisions. Scenario-based questions are quite common, so migrations, working with clients to address gaps in cloud adoption, managing client programs internally, etc. It's important that you be familiar with Google's products, key features, benefits, and target audience. Also, be ready to talk about your favorite Google product and how you'd improve it. Finally, think of how Google's products fit in the current tech ecosystem, how they add value, and how you might upsell these in different scenarios. Finally, there are the famous leadership and Googlyness questions. Google tremendously values candidates who share their values, goals, and mission. They do this through assessing your Googlyness, a cultural fit that shows your interest in technology, passion, and characteristics that align with Google's own. So you might get questions like, why do you want to work for Google? Or do you work better alone or in a team? Or what's the achievement you're proudest of? Here are a few tips on how to demonstrate your Googliness. Google values creativity and out-of-the-box thinking, so be prepared to demonstrate your ability to come up with innovative ideas and solutions. Show your enthusiasm for technology and your eagerness to learn and stay up to date with the latest trends and advancements. It's important to be authentic and honest. Google wants to see the real you, so don't be afraid to show your quirks and unique characteristics. Finally, make sure to share your ideas clearly and concisely. This is a tricky interview which requires a bit of practice since there's a lot of ground to cover. You can get this sort of practice with a Google TAM directly on Prepfully. A coach's feedback and insight will significantly help you optimize your responses and presentation. Right then, before I conclude, the promised insight on the unique TAM round. For some candidates, there may be an additional step in the interview process. You may be asked to participate in a presentation or case study interview. You receive a prompt ahead of time for which you then must present a case study answer. For example, a recent candidate was given a scenario where a customer needed help with cost optimization on Google Cloud Platform. The candidate needed to talk through the strategies they would use to help the customer reduce their Google Cloud Platform expense. The goal of this interview is to evaluate the candidate's technical knowledge and their ability to simplify complex information to clients. If you do get a case study, I have 3 tips. Carefully read and understand the prompt before you start preparing your presentation. Familiarize yourself with Google's infrastructure and services and their interaction with each other, so be holistic in your proposals. Most importantly, be prepared to communicate your ideas and solutions clearly and effectively. We recommend going broad, then deep, so cover the higher level strategy before deep diving into a specific nuance. Remember, the more you practice, the more confident you will feel during the actual interview. That's it for today's video. Lots of resources linked in the description, so make sure to check these out. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and good luck.
Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. Our website is prepfully.com. We've got lots of interview questions there. You can also schedule a mock interview with one of our experts. You can find the link in the description below. All the best from us at Prepfully, and we hope you totally rock your interview.